Over the past 5 years, we've recorded about 13, 14 coup d'etat in Africa and West Africa countries. Listen to this very well. If you're a Nigerian and Africa, listen to this very well. This is an intelligent information. Recorded by Wikipedia. And out of the 13, 14, about 9 were successful. Military taking over from civilian. Military overthrowing civilian. In Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Niger, in Guinea-Bissau. In fact, the latest one some days ago, the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Chukwu Jonathan, was in Guinea-Bissau to help them conduct the election. There was a coup d'etat, successful, it's recorded, successful coup d'etat, November 26, 2025. They even had to use one of their plane to rush back Goodluck Jonathan into Nigeria before case cast. And I overheard somewhere that one took place in Nigeria some months ago. Though it's not recorded, I heard it somewhere, so I don't know whether it's true or not. But the thing is this, why is it that today coup d'etat is becoming a norm? It's becoming popular. It's becoming rampant. And the funny thing is that the citizens of those countries where that coup d'etat happened, they're happy about it. They seem to be happy over the military takeover. 3 reasons. 1 is massive corruption in electoral processes. Government should be by the people, for the people. The people should vote who they want to rule them, to be their president or their whatever, their number one man. But we've seen that the ruling party most times, or the man in power most times, always try to influence the electoral processes for his favor or for her favor. And when people get tired of that, you tell people to come out and vote. They come out and vote with their mind. But what they now see being announced by the electoral umpires in those countries is different from the will of the people. So the people start getting tired. That's one of the causes of those coup d'etat. Number 2 is corruption in the judicial process, where justice is for sale, where the interpretation of the law for Mr. A is different from the interpretation of the law for Mr. B, where the laws are being amended to favor some particular people and amended to indict and convict some particular people. That is the second cause of coup d'etat in most countries. Third cause is when their raw materials are not properly accounted for. Most countries have natural resources, gold, diamond, crude oil, tin, lead, mercury, uranium, a lot of raw materials in those countries. But the countries are still poor. You know why? The countries that colonize those countries work with the leaders of those countries to steal those raw materials. Africa is blessed, but 90% of the raw materials in Africa, the countries that colonize those African countries, if you know the issue of Mali and Burkina Faso, you know what I'm saying. Colonize those countries, work with the government of those countries to steal those raw materials, and the people are wallowing in abject poverty. Those country leaders, they go to borrow money from IMF, borrow money from World Bank, borrow money, and they mortgage the raw materials of the country as collateral. These are the reasons and more why this coup d'etat is popular and rampant these days, and why every African leader should be very careful. Because the people are getting tired of yeye government. People are getting tired of autocracy disguised as democracy. Because most countries are claiming to be democracy. But in reality, it is autocracy. The democracy is for the rich. The autocracy is for the poor. The corruption in the electoral process and corruption in the judicial process is making many people tired. This message is going out to different African leaders. Beware how you rule your people. And the people are happy when there is coup d'etat, meaning that the people are tired. 9 successful coup d'etat out of 13 that were carried out. African leaders should be very careful. Presidents should be very, very, very careful. The people are deciding and standing up. And people should learn to stand for the truth and stand for justice and equity. Like I said, this message is for Nigerians, West Africans, Central Africans, and Africans in general. Leaders should be careful. If you're practicing democracy, let it be democracy in action, not democracy written and democracy in words, but autocracy in action. If we are practicing free and fair election, let it be real free and fair election. Yeah, free and fair election. Let the people decide who they want to rule them. That is what it should be. Because a leader is coming to rule over people. So people should be given opportunity to decide who should rule over them. And the raw materials should be properly accounted for. Most of the countries in West Africa, the raw materials are not properly accounted for. Onya gwara amarala, let us be wise. Happy Sunday.